everyone, I'm your host Heather Dawson and welcome to RC Spotlight, where we showcase ways to live, work, and play in the beautiful city of Rancho Cucamonga. Well, what better way to celebrate the city's birthday than with a parade? Our very own David Wiley was one of the hosts of the Founders Day Parade. Here's more from J.R. Ibarra.
Hey everyone, good morning and welcome to the 2013 City of Rancho Cucamonga's Founder Day Community Parade.
With Chamber of Commerce type weather, Rancho Cucamonga's 2013 Founders Day Parade was a huge success for the thousands of residents who lined the streets of Victoria Gardens to catch this year's event. With over 80 entries in this year's parade, there was a healthy sampling of everything that makes Rancho Cucamonga a very diverse community, with a parade theme that reflected the great history of Rancho with its tribute to its landmarks and legacies. Many of the entries were nicely created tributes to some of the most familiar landmarks of the city, and everyone could easily recognize some of those elements of the community and evoke a great pride for the city's rich history.
Today is our Founders Day. Our Founders Day started in 1977 when our city incorporated by a vote of our community into the city of Rancho Cucamonga. This is just an annual event we have every November. It's a wonderful, wonderful event with wonderful weather today and thousands of people here to enjoy a parade. And it gets a lot better after the elected officials get by and all the bands and all the kids are walking along the street. That's when it really gets exciting.
The day is absolutely astounding in Rancho Cucamonga. It is such a beautiful day. The sun is shining down here in town.
Much like other parades, the Founders Day event has judging for its entries, and this year's winners included the Golden Elementary School Chorus for Best Representation of the Theme. The Most Spirit Award went to the Urban Edge Dance Company. Los Osos High School was honored for the most participation. The Founders Award went to the Rancho Foothills Neighborhood Girl Scouts, and the Best Float was given to Region 65 of the American Youth Soccer Organization. With such an enthusiastic response and attendance from the community, you can be rest assured that the Rancho Cucamonga Founders Day Parade will be a mainstay for the community for years to come. From Victoria Gardens, for RC Spotlight, this is J.R. Ibarra.
It's a tradition here in our city that my family looks forward to all year long. Let's check in with J.R. Ibarra, who takes us to the beautiful Christmas tree at Victoria Gardens.
3, 2, 1.
With a ceremonial countdown by the large crowd on hand, the annual holiday tree lighting at Victoria Gardens helps to kick off the Christmas season for Rancho Cucamonga. Several thousand crowded the courtyard at Victoria Gardens for what has become an annual holiday tradition for local residents. With a great mix of music and entertainment, this annual tree lighting has been a must-do event for nearly 10 years for the community.
Yes, we're so excited, and this is our annual tree lighting ceremony. And once again, as you can see from the crowd, everyone's either returning or hopefully it's their first visit with us.
It's amazing how popular this event is.
You know, I think what we've created here at Victoria Gardens is a new family tradition, or perhaps reigniting an old one, a tradition that perhaps will continue as we continue to grow our event. And each year it's showing that the attendance level continues to grow, so we're very pleased.
How many years has this taken place now?
Well, this is our 9th year, so next year is our brand anniversary. And each year it continues to grow tremendously. So we are so pleased that we can bring this to the community and all the families.
One of the main highlights of the event is the arrival of Santa Claus. And kids by the throng were more than anxious to get up close and start to get their gift requests in early. With an atmosphere that is truly magical, families from around the community were on hand early to get a good seat and begin the joyous season for what has become a local tradition for Rancho Cucamonga.
Just having a good time, with my kids while the wife is at work. So I decided to bring the kids over and, check out Santa and the tree lighting. So it's pretty cool.
Fun time with my boys and my family.
Well,
we come out every year, and we love coming for the fireworks, and not to mention our kids love it because they're so young.
Thank you. Oh, wasn't this magical? Isn't it wonderful here at Victoria Gardens? They do such a nice job. I am so glad to be here. It's awesome. Just love it every year. Happy holidays.
Holiday happenings will be a regular occurrence at Victoria Gardens throughout the holiday season. And with the center's Christmas tree now in full bloom, the beauty of the season can be experienced daily, right here in the heart of Rancho Cucamonga. From Victoria Gardens, this is J.R. Ibarra for RC Spotlight.
A successful small business owner and dedicated longtime Rancho Cucamonga resident, Coy Dahlstrom is the essence of what makes Rancho Cucamonga an exemplary city.
I think it's important for people to have dance, music, drawing, art, something that is spiritual, that you have to draw from within, and that gives you enjoyment.
As the proud owner of the Inland Valley Dance Academy, Coy has grown her business within Rancho for over 15 years, working hand in hand with the city every step of the way.
I would have quit easily before I even got 5 years in without the up and the knowledge and just everything. There's, you name it, from the accounting to just everything you can imagine involved.
A dancer most of her life, Coy never envisioned that one day she would own her own business until she began work back in the mid-90s with the Small Business Development Center located in the Chamber of Commerce, and shortly opened the doors of her very own dance studio.
January of 1997, I opened my doors. So all along in between there, though, I was freelancing. I was renting from anybody in town that would loan me a back room from the gym or the church or wherever, and teaching the kids, and I had a great following. So I just continued, opened the business, and started with a card table as a desk, but we had a dance floor and bars and dance bars, and stayed at that location till about 2004.
After closing the doors on that small studio 5 years ago, Coy has since expanded her teaching to offering classes through Parks and Recreation for years, working with students at Chaffey College, and offering classes through the city at Central Park for a program called Tiny Dancers that caters to young kids and teens.
And Coy continues to reinvent herself by taking her classes throughout Rancho Cucamonga and not limiting herself to any age ranges or skill levels.
I've been a dancer my entire life, since I was 3. And I'm still going and blessed with good health, and I'll probably teach as long as I can. I don't have any reason not to. Dance has been good to me, and I've been blessed with good health. I love the children, I love the young people at the college level, and it's a very fulfilling job.
For RC Spotlight, I'm Conchetta DeLuco.
Here in Rancho Cucamonga, we may know him as just a local business owner. But as David Wiley shows us worldwide, this man is known as the Dodger Bear fan.
It was mid-October when the Dodgers were in the midst of a heated playoff race when a guy in a bear costume jumped onto the roof of one of the dugouts at Dodger Stadium in an effort to fire up the fans. The so-called rally bear did a crazy dance that got the crowd going. Even actor Dustin Hoffman had a smile. That stunt got nationwide media attention, and the video of the performance quickly went viral. It was only later that the world found out that the Rally Bear was none other than longtime Rancho Cucamonga businessman Mark Moninger, owner of Hopper's Office Furniture.
It's always been a kind of a dream of mine to be a professional mascot for a major league team. And both of our local major league teams don't have professional mascots. And so I decided that after talking to them, they weren't really interested. They said, no, we're not interested at all to do it this year or some years. So I said, no, I think they need it. They just haven't seen me do my stuff yet. So I just decided that it was time to take matters in my own hand and take a risk and do a little quick audition.
And what an audition it was, and on a giant nationally televised stage. Now, before you think Mark is just some rank amateur in a bear outfit, it's interesting to note that Mark has plenty of mascot experience, including a long stint as Tremor, the mascot for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. With that experience in hand, Mark made his move during a pitching change in the bottom of the 8th inning of the Dodgers game.
So I bought tickets really close and then just waited until the right moment and jumped out, and I knew I was going to get probably removed from the game because you're not allowed to be on the dugout, and so I tried to do as much as I can before the security came and took me away.
The brief routine was a big hit with fans and has made Mark a bit of a local celebrity, and even brought some extra attention to Hopper's Office Furniture. And while some say his Rally Bear stunt was somewhat daring, Mark says that's part of his philosophy in business and in life.
You can have a dream or something you'd like to do or do differently, but the universe doesn't reward you unless you actually go out and do it. You can hope and think and pray and maybe something good will happen to me, but unless you take action yourself to make it happen, it's not going to happen.
And it's that philosophy that's helped Mark successfully run his family-owned business.
We've been in Rancho Cucamonga for 25 years. We're having our 25th anniversary this year. This is our 4th different store. We started off on Haven Avenue, then we had a store on Arrow Route and Hellman and 9th Street, and we bought this building about 7 years ago, and so we've been at this location 7 years.
Hopper's current location on Rochester Avenue features more than 30,000 square feet of new and used office furniture.
If you can sit at it or write on it or file in it, we carry the equipment for that.
And even though it's back to business for Mark, he says the attention from his Rally Bear stunt has been overwhelming, with fans still stopping by the furniture store to meet the Rally Bear, take pictures, and get autographs. Even local radio station Cola 99.9 and morning DJ Jesse Duran recently did a special remote broadcast with Mark and the Rally Bear.
I've been really pleased with the reaction so far. People have been supportive, and they want to bring the bear back.
What do you think about the Rally Bear?
Fantastic. Need to see him every game.
We'll wait and see what happens. I'm not going to contact them. There's a lot of people. There's a petition going around that they say they want to bring the bear back, but I'll just let it run its course.
And while Mark is back to work at Hopper's Office Furniture, you never know when the Rally Bear might show up. I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight. For the first 70 years of the last century, the region that is now Rancho Cucamonga was primarily used for agriculture. The communities of Alta Loma, Etiwanda, and Cucamonga were home to acres and acres of vineyards that supported the numerous area wineries, as well as citrus and nut orchards, and even local canning and bottling operations.
The city had basically the major rail line, which was the Pacific Electric Rail, that went up to Alta Loma and Etiwanda so that there could have packing houses there along the rail to get out produce to other locations.
But by the 1970s, families from LA and Orange County started moving to the area seeking affordable housing. By 1975, there were concerns about how the region was growing and how it would develop in the future. So area leaders formed the Tri-Community Incorporation Committee to push for cityhood. And in late 1977, voters approved incorporation and the city of Rancho Cucamonga was created with an initial population of about 44,000. And it was that first city council that really set the stage for future development in Rancho Cucamonga.
In the early 80s, the city actually created their first general plan, and at that time, it was the city with a plan. They really wanted to look at the opportunities throughout the community and plan for the best possible development. So at that time, they started looking at where the major commercial development should be, where existing residential uses were, and how to identify the best locations to keep compatibility between those different types of uses.
That plan set out clear guidelines for how the city would be developed for a multitude of uses.
It was identified in the north end that there should be mostly residential in the north end with some small neighborhood commercial centers, and that along Foothill Boulevard would be the major commercial, which was also Route 66. Later then, they looked at creating an office corridor along Haven Avenue and then industrial in the southern portion of the city.
With that plan from the first city council and the guidance and expertise of city staff, Rancho Cucamonga began developing large-scale housing in the mid-1980s.
For instance, Terra Vista Planned Community was developed, which had a multitude of different types of housing opportunities, including multifamily, single-family, as well as a very large commercial complex.
With the housing boom in the 1980s, Rancho Cucamonga's population exploded to more than 100,000 residents by 1990. So the 1990s brought a plethora of new projects to Rancho, including a new civic center, the Epicenter baseball stadium where the Quakes play, as well as the Empire Lakes golf course, a new library, and a new animal center. It was also at this time that the city set aside areas for industrial use, mostly south of Arrow Highway. By the early 2000s, the city's general plan was updated once again for creation of the 103-acre Central Park, development of the popular Pacific Electric Trail, and the massive 1.3 million square foot Victoria Gardens Mall. Today, Rancho Cucamonga covers more than 40 square miles and is home to more than 170,000 residents. And while development continues, there is a slightly different approach.
We still have some developable land, but not as much as we used to. So the city has changed in terms of how we're going to develop the rest of the community. We're looking at development that's more compatible with existing development in that area.
Rancho Cucamonga has certainly come a long ways in its first 35 years or so, but it is the city with a plan, and that careful planning early on can be credited for the successes of today.
I think early on identifying the plan for the city was very important because it really created the community identity that we have today. And one of those was to have great education opportunities, good community facilities, great services, and that's what we've done through the build out of the city and through the general plan. That's why people do move to the city, because of those services and the education opportunities that we have here in Rancho.
In Rancho Cucamonga, I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight.
There is one small business here in Rancho Cucamonga that is certainly making its print on the community. Can you guess what it is? Okay, it's Minuteman Press, and we are about to head inside and find out exactly what the key to their success is.
Maribel with Minuteman Press, how can I help you? No one knows small business like the owners of Minuteman Press, Kevin and Maribel Brand in Rancho Cucamonga. The seasoned long-term business owners have been residents and upstanding citizens within the city for years and are proud to call Rancho Cucamonga home for their business ventures.
We started our business back in 1996. Actually, this month we're celebrating our 17th anniversary. We opened in Rancho Cucamonga 17 years ago.
We started out with 0 sales, 17 years ago, and we're probably one of the largest printing franchises in the world. You know, having that growth and making the right decisions with equipment and stuff like that has allowed us to not only give back, be successful, but give back to our employees, hire some really, really great people and pay them well, and, in turn meet a lot of great people in the community that we can also give back to now.
With the help of the Small Business Development Center, or SBDC, Kevin and Maribel expanded the operation of their printing company and relocated to this larger location in May 2013.
Having that commitment by them and really going through the numbers, and it's a free service. They didn't charge us anything to do that. And in the end, they said, we believe that this is a good move for you also. So it just reassured our decision.
Housing the latest in equipment, including green printers, and an unwavering standard for their customers and employees, Kevin says the answer to his success is simple.
For the most part, I think it's just the values that everybody wants, and anybody they do business with, which is you do what you say you're going to do, you're honest, you have integrity, you give great customer service, and in the end, you give the ultimate product. And that's what we strive to do, is to give all. You know, some people say you can't get all three, but I think you can get all of them, and that's what we strive to do.
And one of the keys to the Browns' success here at Minuteman Press is actually very simple. It all comes down to family.
Kevin and Maribel not only have dedicated their lives to the business, but have also employed their son, making it a family affair.
Me and my wife run the business, and our son works for us. He's been with us for almost 9 years now. He's just started with us at 16, and he worked his way through college, and also just got his bachelor's degree in business and marketing. So he's a great asset to our company. And then our younger son is sounding like he wants to come on board too.
And the city has certainly recognized the success of this small business with a wide degree of accolades. Recently appointed to the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, Maribel says the award she is proudest of is being presented by State Assemblyman Bill Emerson as the recipient of the 2010 Women of Distinction. For RC Spotlight, I'm Conchetta DeLuco.
Now it's time to get in the holiday spirit. Let's take a stroll through Victoria Gardens with our very own David Wiley.
The giant tree is up and the holidays are in full effect here at beautiful Victoria Gardens. Holiday decorations fill Victoria Gardens, and with more than 170 shops and restaurants, Victoria Gardens has become one of the premier shopping destinations in the Inland Empire.
People come here not just for the shopping experience, but perhaps it's just a gathering to meet friends and family and experience our restaurants as well. We have a lot to offer, including our cultural center in partnership with the city. So you can find a lot of your experiences right here at the center.
And during the holidays, those experiences are extra special.
When our guests come here, they'll be able to visit with Santa throughout the holiday season, of course. Right behind me, you'll see the Santa Depot, along with our fabulous holiday tree. Along with that, you'll be able to walk the shopping center, and while you're shopping, you might be visited by our Charles Dickens carolers who will be roaming the center and perhaps serenading each and every one of you individually. Further, right here in Town Square, what you'll find is our magical snowfall, which occurs right here in Town Square, again on the weekends. So it's all about the experience, and we hope to deliver that this holiday season.
And along with those special experiences, there is the shopping, with dozens of incredible stores, like Pottery Barn, where you can find expertly crafted home furnishings and decor. Unique gifts at any price can be found for him or her at Brookstone. Kirkland's Home boasts a wide variety of home decor and distinctive gift items. And who wouldn't love an iPod or iPad from the Apple Store? Just a few of the many shopping opportunities that Victoria Gardens has to offer. And this year there are only 26 shopping days between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So during that 26 days, Victoria Gardens will have special shopper tips, discounts, gift-giving ideas, and more.
And we'll have a lot of promotions that go on throughout the holiday season. So as a guest here, you may very well be selected to receive a special prize or a gift while shopping here.
And all those special events and decorations help make the holiday shopping experience at Victoria Gardens even more special. Now remember, kids and adults alike can visit Santa Claus at the Santa Depot in the Chaffee Town Center every day through Christmas Eve. The incredible magical snowfall makes its appearance twice a night every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening through December 22nd. And the Dickens Carolers can also be found wandering Victoria Gardens on Fridays and the weekends. For a complete schedule of events, check out the calendar at victoriagardens.ie.com or follow them on Facebook. So whether it's to pick up a gift for that special someone or check out the magical snowfall or maybe even stop by and say hi to Santa, make sure you come by Victoria Gardens this holiday season. I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight.
Want to find out how noodles are made? We're going to take you inside the world's leading noodle manufacturer right here in Rancho Cucamonga. Each month, 1 million boxes of NonShim America's products are prepared and shipped to locations across the country. And that same number of boxes has also added up to 10 million individual packages per month of the foods NonShim's consumers serve in their homes and on the go.
We looked through a lot of different cities throughout Southern California. In Rancho Cucamonga, I mean, right here where we're at, we just have a great hub of distribution of everywhere we want to go within North America.
Whether it's NonShim steamed rice, ready-to-go snacks, or its most popular instant noodle brand, Shin Ramyun, the company is branching out to more than just its original consumer base.
Our major consumer is the Asian population, but we're trying to branch into the Hispanic population and the mainstream population as well. We have a wide range of products. We have spicy, non-spicy, we have cold noodles. We're trying to satisfy all the tastes.
Greater exposure creates greater demand. To keep up, NonShim had to increase its original plant size from about 270,000 square feet to its current size of nearly 350,000 square feet.
We just expanded another 78,000 square feet. We just finished that in January. And we have a new production line in there already, and we have a target, probably 2014, where we're going to add another production line as well.
NonShim has hosted guided tours of its American headquarters since the plant opened in 2006. In a colorful and interactive room outside the production area, guests are greeted by mounted video screens and samples of the brand's products to introduce them to the company. The next lesson teaches visitors that NonShim is serious about quality control and safety, not only for employees but guests as well. From shoe covers and smocks to matching headwear, everything must be covered to shield the products and machinery from any form of debris and contamination. And even if just for a moment, this process also helps visitors feel like they're part of the NonShim team. In 2012, nearly 1,000 visitors arrived at NonShim's Rancho Cucamonga facility, ready to see how the brand makes the noodles that have been enjoyed for nearly 50 years. Along our tour, employees came out and allowed us to handle the freshly cut dough that's at the heart of the company's operation.
This is when it first comes out. You can see how thick it is. And then it goes through the set of rollers. This is raw dough that's going with the flour.
From there, the noodles are deep fried, ensuring the longest preservation and shelf life possible, then molded and sent down the conveyor belts for quality checking and packaging. With 320 employees, these local residents are grateful to this global company for entrusting its brand and products to them.
Well, in general, it's like more work for the surrounding areas, for the people. Now also they bring a little bit of a culture here also, which it just gains them, or gives everybody more knowledge and more exposure to the Korean way of life and their foods.
From NonShim America, this is Tiffany Carter for RC Spotlight.
Well, that wraps up this episode of RC Spotlight. Remember, if you missed any part of our show, you can go to our website. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.
Sounds like you could use some Van Gogurt. It's fortified with arch-rich nutrients to improve your math and reading skills. Catch!
Van Gogurt, thanks. So what's the deal with your ear?
Always with the ear, huh?
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.